Serena. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. How are we doing?
I'm good. It's been, 3 weeks now that I've been
3
off?
weeks. Welcome back to the Address of Champions Wrestling Podcast, Serena.
Thank you. I was in, you guys were in good hands with Kevin. He's a good dude, so.
But now, the legend is back. The legend is back.
Better than before.
All right. How you feeling? Fired up?
I'm fired up, yeah. I'm excited. It's been kind of slow at work, but now I'm just fired up, so.
You had yoga today?
No yoga. That's on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Yeah,
No yoga.
I am very sore from yesterday's class, or Tuesday's class, because this comes out
They do
Sundays.
like crazy stuff, right?
No, not really. Like the one that I do, it's a lot of it's a HIIT workout. So like it was a lot of squats yesterday. So my legs are kind of burning.
Oh.
Yep.
Nah, could have been me.
Yeah, the girl on Tuesday, she likes to do shoulders. So we have like the one weight above her head the entire time, and I'm like in pain for like forever. So I don't like doing that.
Not me. Well, all right. Here we are. What episode is this? I believe this is
12, right?
13, brother. 13. You've been gone, MIA. I think we're on episode 13. Back at you guys, right? Weekly basis, episode 13. We got a special guest today. You know, kid's a living legend in the making, right? He's on his up and up right now in his professional mixed martial arts career. About to, headline a packed out venue up in Massachusetts. Fighting for a belt. He's getting ready to kill it. You know, former Bridgewater State wrestler. My boy, we got Mr. Andrew Valdina. Let's get his music going. Let's bring him into this junction. All right. This is joint.
Like the pine trees lining the winding road.
This is it.
I've got a name.
Let's go.
Like a singing bird and a croaking toad. I've got a name.
We gotta wait for it to the drop because this song is gas.
And I carry it with me like my daddy did. But I'm living the dream that he kept here.
Yo, you just didn't even wait for it to drop. You didn't even let it drop? That's insane, dude.
I had to say what's up.
What up, dude? What's up? That's awesome.
Nah, we gonna put it back on.
Rolling me down the highway. Rolling me down the highway. Moving ahead so life won't pass me by.
Yes, brother. Let's go. Yo.
That song
That sounds like
legendary.
a soft song and everything, dude. But if you're in the Plymouth Memorial Hall, dude, and you hear that going, that place gets electric.
Yo, I've been there for your walkout in Plymouth. It's pretty electric. I would definitely say that venue. That's his walkout song. It's heat. Especially everyone.
That's like
everyone always has his shirts on. They're like,
yeah, it's unreal. That's like top 3 intros on a podcast I've ever had. That's unreal.
Let's go. We get hyped over here, bro. I can
already tell. I like the dynamic you guys have too. You guys got a good thing going here.
Thank you.
You know, we're like. Go ahead, say it. What are you going to say?
I was going to say Damani's the beast, but you're like the main guy here.
We're just like ordinary street ninjas. That's it.
We are. We're just ordinary.
What's up with you, man? You're the man of the hour right now. Talk to us. What's happening?
Not much, brother. Feeling good, feeling healthy, and just dialed in, ready to go, baby.
Heck yeah. Any training today? You just got out?
I just got finished up with some bag work. I had it was a lighter day today. I had a pad session with my coach Pete Luciani, and we actually it was nice weather today. It was like 65 out, and sunny. So we went out to the park and did a little touch butt with that dork in the park out there. And then, and then then I just got done with some bag work about an hour ago.
Okay. And what's your schedule look like right now? You know, like 5 days a week, 6 days a week? What's the breakdown?
Yeah, 6 days a week. Sundays is usually my day off. Sundays I'll have like a private lesson. I'll make a couple bucks doing that or something, like low key, low intensity. But every other day is at least twice a day. Usually like 2 to 3 times a day, mixing a recovery session here and there. You know.
Okay, that's because Sundays are for reflections.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I like it.
Word. Well, talk to the people, man. We know you know, undefeated professional MMA fighter fighting for his first world title. How does that feel?
Feels right. It feels like everything's right in line, man. I think everything is placed in time as it should have been, you know.
Yeah.
And I think like just every single piece of adversity, every piece of success, all led to this moment perfectly. So it feels right.
That was so stoic. You heard that, Serena? That was so stoic.
I mean, it's true though. I feel that way, dude. I feel it. Really, I feel it in soul.
That's it, bro. That's how you gotta do it. But that just made me want to get up and do some push-ups and something. I was like, yeah, I felt that. I felt it. But talk to us. Let's go back. Let's take it back for a second. You know, we're on the wrestling podcast, so let's talk about, you know, the journey. Where did it all begin? When did you start?
Well, the wrestling podcast, man. So I wrestled in high school.
Yep.
I actually wanted to try out basketball at first, but I was like always like the littlest dude in the world, bro. Like, I mean, I still fight at like 135, right? So like I'm still a little guy. And but basketball, I really thought I was gonna like make it big as like a young kid, like going into my freshman year of high school. Got cut from the JV basketball tryouts, bro. so
that's the CEO's exact story. He got cut from the basketball team, and that's how he started. Exact same story. He thought he was going to be a good basketball player.
That means you're going to make it big, bro.
And it's a CEO?
Yeah.
He's the CEO. He's my dad, but yeah, he's the CEO too.
Birds of a feather flock together. You know what I mean?
That's it.
But
go on with your story.
Once that kind of just went down the drain, like, I don't know if you can relate with like maybe a wrestling coach as you know and stuff personally, but like in high school, our wrestling coach, like, for lack of a better word, he kind of like poached the kids that like got cut from other winter sports. And because wrestling can be kind of like, you don't have to be the best athlete in the world, right? But like you can kind of take a bunch of misfits almost and bring them onto the team. And so he told me to try it out. I said I didn't really want to do it. I did like a year or two of youth wrestling back in the day, and I didn't really care for it that much. And then but I gave it a go, fell in love with it instantly, man. And I did 4 years of high school wrestling. That led into 4 years of college wrestling over at Bridgewater State, and fell in love with it even more then. I think you know Frank Camisa, the head coach there. Yep. He's a great guy, and he cornered Joe Lozon, a legendary UFC fighter, for all of his UFC fights in the wrestling department. So I needed to cut weight one night for college wrestling, and he's like, "Listen, come over to Lozon MMA. It's about a 15-minute drive from campus. He's got a sauna there." So when I went there, dude, I saw all these fighters like training, hitting the bag, hitting pads, like grinding. I was like, all right, this is where it's led to. This is what I got to do after this, you know? So that's kind of how it went.
So you just randomly, like on a random cut weight night, just strolled into Lozon's, and that's how you like your first like,
Oh yeah. And Randy was there too. Randy was like a big like catalyst for getting that shit going too, you know?
Word. Yo, Serena, so you know this dude like Joe Lozon, he's like legend in UFC, like, you know, been fighting in UFC forever and all the video games all over the place, and that's like his coach. So like that's his that's like one of his like ace in the holes, you know.
Wow.
But
ace in the hole.
That's crazy, bro.
That is crazy.
Story.
No, it's mint, man. Story. It's I haven't looked back either. It's been friggin' a hell of a ride. I love it.
Just been rolling, letting the ball roll.
Yes,
so
sir.
How many years fighting are you in now? Like, how deep are you? So we're the same age, but I got like sidetracked because of the transfer and stuff like that. So I graduated like 22. So you finished what, 19?
2019, yeah.
Yeah. So you just been right after?
I took my first fight 3 months after my wrestling season ended in 2019.
Oh, wow.
It's a bit, dude, I'm telling you, for better or for worse, it was Randy, dude, because Randy's such a, can we swear on this or what? Is it no?
I'll edit.
I won't even swear. I won't swear. But Randy's kind of like a screw it, just like send it, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's his mentality. And I mean, with 8 years of wrestling under my belt, I kind of had a good base. I also did Taekwondo in high school. I picked up my black belt in that, so I kind of had a little bit of a striking background too. So Randy just said, "Listen, man, like it's now or never. Send it." I was like, "All right, brother." So it's kind of how it went.
Yo, he literally says that all the time. He's like, "Yeah, what do you got to lose? You're not getting younger."
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly.
Dang,
that's
man,
very, very true.
Crazy story. That's like so. How many amateur fights did you have from, that time right after college to your first professional fight?
I had 7. I went 4-3 as an amateur. Yep.
Okay, and you would say, like, I feel like that's a blessing in itself to have that many, amateur fights. So your learning curve, you had all those opportunities already to learn, what worked, what didn't,
Mm-hmm.
what's good for me, what's not, and all that stuff. So here you are, professional, undefeated, what, 6-0?
6-0 right now.
Wow.
Yes,
That's a
sir.
bad man. That's a bad man.
Where's the sound?
You hit the nail on the head, dude, when you said, like, as an oh, man, that's unreal. You guys are covering all your bases. That's nuts.
The people, we got a little Discord channel on the weekends. It's up and running. But, put in there, we're going to have the Gladiator season this week. Let's go. And they were
Gladiator season.
They were just asking questions like, what's your walk around weight? How far out do you start with your cut? How's that prep look like? What's your diet? And, that whole nine.
Yeah, so my walk around weight, I don't get heavier than, like, the heaviest I've ever been is like 160. Usually, like, I'll sit outside of camp around 55, 57 at most. And then once I that's like if I'm really just like being a jerk about everything, dude. Just eating whatever I want, barely training. Yeah. But now once I'm in camp, I'm usually floating around 150. And then like if I had like a traditional 8-week camp, I'll start dieting there. And I actually eat a still like a crap ton of food, man. Post workout snacks and stuff, and then an hour after that I'll have another meal. And then that follows for every single workout I do. I'll have multiple meals, post workouts, trying to hit a gallon of water every day. And then the cut on fight week, I'll be water loading like Monday 2 gallons, Tuesday 1.5 gallons, Wednesday 1 gallon, Thursday half gallon, if that. And yeah,
sweat it out, baby.
Sweat it out.
That's crazy. Are you very superstitious when, like, on fight nights and everything? Like, do you have something that you have to do for every fight?
I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. Yeah, that's an Office reference. But no, I used to be. I used to be like way more superstitious as an amateur. But now I don't really think of it as superstition. I think of more like routine. Just like it's not like I have to like put on my left sock first and then my right. It's not anything like that. I just make sure I'm like I have my coffee in the morning. I have like the right breakfast every time. I guess the only quote unquote superstitious thing I'll do is the night before a fight, I'll have chicken parm every time. I love my chicken parm.
I love chicken parm. That's a good.
Yo, I literally like there was one night I saw him do that. He was like, he had his weigh-in and he went and got pasta. And then like my first fight, I was like, nah, we need to get pasta. I said, Valdina be eating pasta the night before. I said, it got to be good for you. It was working crazy for him. I said, so we have to go get the pasta when we be at Foxwoods. I was like, nothing but pasta.
That's the way, dude. And honestly, like the day, like the fact that you have to fight the next day, protein, like I heard a few different people talk about this, Huberman, and I heard Ilya Taporia talking about this on his own podcast too, or Rogan's podcast. And like the day before a fight, dude, like you really don't need the proteins. Like the proteins aren't really going to do anything for you performance wise for the next day. But if you load up on those carbs, get the pasta in you, dude, that's going to give you that right energy for to kill.
I love carbs. I'll eat.
Oh yeah.
Such
Oh,
a
yeah.
That's
hot girl.
nuts. Bro, that's nuts. That's
I
like
don't need a fight, so.
no, we're gonna get you a fight. We'll put you in. Yo,
I
I
gotta
walk
go-
around like
Am
Are you
I?
Italian? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I am, but I'm more Polish and Slovakian too. So my dad, he's very Italian, and he got the Italian skin, and then I got my mom's Polish skin, so I don't get tan.
Oh, okay. I see.
But
okay,
yeah,
okay.
but I love pasta. I think I like every time I'm like at like I say like a holiday dinner or something, I always grab the mac and cheese, the pasta, everything but the protein.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Bro, that's crazy though, because I walk around like 163. I never even touch like 66. But I'm like in my head, like I'm such a mental midget where it's like I already know, like I'm shooting myself in the foot before I even start. I'm like, there's no way I can get down that low. Like
Well,
I'm
what do you
gonna
fight
kill
at?
myself. Right now, I've been fighting like at like 45, but that last one, since it was so last second, they put it to 55 because they had to like scavenge for an opponent. So it was 55, and I ended up like I wasn't even cutting. I walked to the scale at like 152.
Okay. I mean, you must have felt phenomenal though.
I just like it literally felt like another day. Like I feel like that's the only plus that came out of that, where it was like, yes, I knew I was fighting, and yes, I was so nervous because I get like ungodly nervous where it's like my hands are shaking all day and stuff. But I just woke up because it was in Rhode Island too. So I woke up at home. I went to sleep at home. I went to Gary's gym in the morning just to, go BS and talk junk. And it just felt like a normal day. And then people are like, wait, aren't you like fighting later? I'm like, yeah. So I try to just make it as regular as possible. Like even when we're at Foxwoods, like don't tell people they get us the hotel room, but I sneak out and go back home and sleep at home. And
my
then
God.
the next day I'll shoot back over.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Yo, I have to, bro. You were like your little stitches. I'm like over the top. I'm like I gotta wear the same blue and orange Calvin Klein drawers underneath the black Shock Doctors with the cup put in this.
My God.
Okay.
It's so bad. It's so weird.
It's working. Weird. It's working.
So far, right? So far.
It is working.
You from Rhode Island?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I'm from New York.
Okay. You said home. That's why I didn't know.
Oh, like home, like where I was, like where home base was.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah. So when I got to Rhode Island in like 2019. What's up?
You don't like when people say you're from Rhode Island. I noticed that.
You caught that?
Yeah.
I'm from Rhode Island? No.
So take it back. Take it back. That's funny you caught that. I'm like, nah, I'm not from Rhode Island.
You're always like, no, New York.
I caught a little something too, I'm not gonna lie.
I always forget
bro.
Rhode Island. So I was like very like jumpy with it.
Oh, brother. They're gonna kill me once they see this. I'm like, you don't want to accept us? Don't come back. Man, that's wild. What else? I know they had asked. Oh, so all of your like group, your team is very super high level, right? You guys are like the most prominent team in the New England area. Let's talk about it. How has that been? How has that transition, being in the New England area, and now everyone's like, oh, those are the top dogs in the area. Let's train with them. So how is it? I know that drive is far. I know it's far.
Yeah, it is, man. It's brutal. It's brutal.
Yo, what is it? Hour and a half for you?
Well, if I'm going up to New England Cartel, I just moved. So I was in New Bedford. I just moved to the Cape, so it's even further now. So it's about like an hour and 45. But that's like if I really got to hit it the right time too. Like if I hit this like 20 minutes too early, 20 minutes too late, like it's like 2 hours, 2 hours and 5, like, you know. But dude, honestly, like I've kind of transitioned. My home gym is no longer gonna be there. I'm like a nomad. I'm a nomadic fighter, dude. I float with the wind. But my new home gym is New Bedford. It's gonna be hook and roll combat sports.
Okay, and who's the coach there?
That's gonna be Pete Luciani's gym.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he just opened up a new spot. And I don't know if you met this guy. He looks like Larry Bird, wicked tall dude, coach, Mike Bromberg. And they're both going to be the main two coaches and two owners of the gym. And they were going to change the face of New England MMA, bro. It's gonna be pretty sick.
All right, shout out to them, because I know
Yes, sir.
every time I would see Pete at Connors, he'd be like, hey, where you train at? You can come work with me. He's always like, yeah, you can come work with me if you want. You know, get your striking right. I'm like, yeah, bro. I said everything's just so far from me right now. And like the one time I went to Cartel, I kid you not, I was in the car longer than what the practice was. I was like, yeah,
that sounds right, dude. It's brutal.
Like, there's no way I can do it, Serena. It'd be like, it'll literally be like, okay, you go.
Where's this at?
This is where is that? New Hampshire?
It's on the border in New Hampshire. It's in Lawrence, Mass.
Okay.
Yo, I knew it was far because, you know, I'm not the best like geography wizard, and I be always BSing, but I'm like, New Hampshire. I was like, I must be in the wrong direction. I thought these guys was in Boston. I was like,
oh jeez. How long?
It's so bad. Like an hour and 45 minutes one way, and then back, and it was like 2:15.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot for like a practice and everything.
One practice.
I don't think that's a lot for like all in one day.
Nah, no way.
Yeah, and it's a whole day ordeal if you're trying to get some work up there, man.
So how often are you trying to get up there?
So I transitioned like originally I was like when I was really going up there heavily, I was going up like what was it? Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So that's 4 days a week. But now I'm really just going on Mondays and on and off on Saturdays for sparring.
Yeah. Cause man, I know your gas was on E, boy. You were driving up and down that highway.
Dude, so much money goes into my gas tank. You got no idea. Actually, you do have an idea. It's brutal.
Hopefully you don't have a Jeep.
No, I got a Toyota Corolla. That thing will go for freaking years.
I have that same exact car.
Let's go.
It does last for a while. The gas is amazing.
Yeah.
You want to know a long drive coming down here to Florida, bro? That was the longest trip of my life.
You drove.
Oh my goodness. I thought I was going to die. And I did it
19
by
hours.
myself.
19 hours?
Yeah, by myself, bro. And
that's boring.
You know, like so boring. And you know, like I feel like it's just like that mindset we have where it's like, I'm knocking this out. I'm getting it done. I'm the man. Like this car ride's trying to ego check me, and I'm a win. So you know, people are like, "Yo, you can stop over here in North Carolina at my house. You know, take a nap." I said, "Nah, I'm done." I was like, "So
damn,
I did
it
straight, bro. I did it straight." That was
by yourself is kind of crazy. That's a little bit of a psycho move, but props to you.
I thought I was gonna come out of the car when I got down here and be like schizophrenic talking to myself. I was like start lagging. I thought I was gonna start lagging in real life. I'm like, my body was so stuck like this. It was so bad. I don't recommend that to anyone. I think it's like $700 to, you know, transport your car. Definitely save the money and pay someone to transport it for you, because don't do it.
A couple of years ago, after like one of my amateur fights, we had a vacation booked for Florida. We wanted to go down there. My grandparents are snowbirds, so they live down there in the winter time. So me and my dad decided to make the troop, and we both, you know, took turns driving all the way down there. And even the two of us, dude, that was brutal. That was a tough one.
Yeah, I grew
That
up
was kind
through.
of good. It was kind of good memories and stuff. But you only had memories with like your imaginary friends in there.
Bad. What were you saying, Serena?
We drove to Iowa this year. That was
Oh yeah.
16 hours. The first day we stopped in Notre Dame, but then like on the way home, like from the trip, we just did it all all that day. It was a long, long day. I didn't have to drive though. I was a passenger princess, but it sucked.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
Yeah, my dad was the one that drove the entire time. I don't know how he did it. I still the one
Hey,
time he pulled over, I was like, oh my God.
hey.
Oh, it was crazy.
Iowa.
Yo, talk to us. What's the fight tee looking like? I was gonna have my joint on, but I realized it was in the back of one of the space bags, and Vicky would have punched me in my head if I messed everything up. So
Fortunate enough, dude, I got it right next to me.
let's
I was
go.
ready to rip off sponsors at the end of this, so I got it here. So I got the new Gladiator season tees, baby. Woo!
Okay.
The heat, the heat.
Nice.
Okay.
Not bad, not bad. Know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not
Okay.
bad. Still got a bunch in stock. Hit me up, everybody. I got some hoodies too. I got some hoodies.
Who does that? How do you go about that process of getting all that? I know it's like a pain in the neck, right? It has to be.
Dude, yeah, it is. This is the last time I'm gonna do it this way too. With this specific like, what's that?
You could do it with us.
What do you guys do that?
Yeah, we do it. We're a custom wrestling team, so we do like team stores and stuff. So you could have your own link and just have people from there.
Yo, did you see the fight shorts I had on for that last fight?
I mean, I did. I just can't think of them right now. What?
But it was a fully custom made by MyHOUSE, right? It went through the artwork team, and they kind of took the inspiration from like that last Rough and Rowdy fight that I did, and then they crafted up a pair of fight shorts. I had a tee, but the fight was so last second, the tees didn't drop. Tees are coming out soon.
Okay.
We're gonna be locked and loaded for next fight. But yes, it would be super clutch for you, the brand, right? You give them the idea, they'll do that for you, and it'll still be like, oh, you get your sponsors, and then you just tell them, hey, these are the list of sponsors. Here's their their logo PDF, and they'll put it all on the back for you, and then boom, now it can even say they get put up on the site. So all right, pre-order is out, and then they'll do the shipping, they'll do the distro for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so like I'll talk more like once we like hang up and stuff, because I'm a sales rep too for the company, so I could help you out with that and show you something. But
Mint.
Yeah.
Mint. This is so it's called MyHOUSE.
Yeah, MyHOUSE Sports Gear. Yep.
MyHOUSE Sports Gear. So the thing is, I was talking to my coach Pete Luciani about this, right, and how he just opened up his new gym and all that, blah blah blah. He what we were kind of bouncing off each other a little bit for ideas. And this, I guess it's dropping here for the first little sneak peek, right? But it's like what he's trying to do is have like all of the fighters that are coming out of Hook and Roll, we're all going to eventually have our own like line of merch through Hook and Roll, where we'll have like limited edition fighter drops when a fight comes up and like that. And like it'll all be like, I can kind of like leave it all up to Hook and Roll, and they'll be doing all the work for me. I'll just give them like a somewhat of an idea. But I don't know if we have like a company that kind of hooks it up for it. Yeah, so maybe MyHOUSE Sports. MyHOUSE what?
MyHOUSE Sports Gear.
MyHOUSE Sports Gear. Maybe you and Hook and Roll can kind of do a little collab, and you guys can talk a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. After this, you could give me his information, so you're not putting it over the pod.
Yes.
Boom,
Look at that. Business deals going down. Not bad.
Yeah. and I will say, like out of all like this is not just to plug the company, but like out of a lot, like all the gear and stuff that I've worn, and this is by far like the most comfortable stuff that I have. I'm like,
I believe
I'll train in the shorts. If they just came out to wash and dry, I can put them on, go to sleep. Like it's like it's legit. So yeah, bro, they'll hook it up.
Yep.
Especially because what you go out and you figure out the printing press and all that stuff for yourself, and then it's like, all right, you have all the shirts. So then you see someone like, all right, here's a shirt. All right, here's a shirt.
Yeah. It's a pain in the ass.
Nah.
Yeah, I'll explain this like the process again. to whoever. It's like team stores, and it's free to set up, and we ship right to the customer, and it's like made to order. So like whatever they place, it goes right into production. Simple as that. You don't have to have a whole bunch of t-shirts on hand. We deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I got a bunch in these boxes over here, dude. I still got to get to people here.
Yo,
Yeah.
I gotta send you the mock-up they did for like the top that matches the bottoms that I just had. It's the sickest design I've ever seen. I was like, yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, one of those coming out.
I'd probably just do it for the next fight. So looking at August.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. All right. So, moving forward, we're going to start wrapping up. We like to end on like, little silly rants, silly games. But I've been doing this. This is kind of like my recurring.
You've been doing Serena segment?
I have. I had to take, been a placeholder. So this is Serena's segment, right?
Segment.
So it's usually like it's like a type of red pill, blue pill type of ordeal here. And I've been asking this question for like the last 2 or 3 weeks. This is like a big one. This gets the debates going. So,
all right.
Would you rather watch a movie with no sound or listen to a movie with no picture?
Crazy. You could have closed captions on, right?
No, closed captions. Okay.
No, there's no subtitles.
So how are we supposed to know what the movie's about?
That's the thing. You just watch and try to.
I guess I would do just listening to the movie.
I know, like, that's. Yeah, there's a little bit of a lag. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'd have to go with the sound, honestly. I think I'd have to listen without seeing it. You know what I mean? Like, so I have a little bit more of a clue what's going down. You know what I mean? That's a tough one.
Fact.
What would you guys do? I want to hear you guys.
I would listen.
Yeah, you definitely have to listen. Like, if you just want to watch it and you're just like this, like,
yeah,
you can't hear anything, you don't know what's going on. But like, at least if you're listening, you could close your eyes and you're just like, and picture it.
Yeah.
So, I guess.
Yeah, that's the way.
All right. Okay. So, moving forward, right? This is more based off of like, kind of like an icebreaker type of thing, right? So it's called the 3 H's. So, highlight of your life, hero of your life, and one hope for your life.
All right. Highlight of my life. I mean, there might be one to come May 24th, baby. But I think the highlight of my life so far, I don't know, man. Maybe it's got to be one of my professional wins, in my opinion. I know it might sound a little shallow, but like I really think that might be it. I think it's either my most recent. Oh, you know what it was? It was my not my last one when I went 6-0. It was my 5-0 win that I got because I came off of a lot of friggin' stuff going down in my life that like sucked leading up to that fight. Injuries, a lot of adversity that I probably don't even want to bring up right now, but like it was a lot of things that took me out of the game for like a whole year. So it took a whole year to get back into a fight, and I got a first round finish in that one. That was awesome. I'm gonna say that one is my highlight, and then the hero of my life, it's got to be my pops. I mean, he's my old man. Like he taught me like just how to be a good person, like just like work ethic. Be the man I am, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's got to be my pops. Love that guy. And then a hope for my life is to have a successful career with a UFC world champion belt wrapped around my waist someday. Those are the 3 H's right there.
Amen.
Let's go.
Boom. That was hype. That was hype. Yeah, bro.
That's a good question. I like that.
Right? Yeah, that is a good one.
Right? It's all about perspective. Nothing's ever too shallow because, your highlight of your life is your highlight, right? And someone else's highlight is their highlight. So Don't ever think this too shallow. It's all about you, kid. This is the Gladiator season, Valdina hour. Know that. Know that.
You're good at your job, brother. You're good at your job.
Wait, what was that? Couldn't really hear that one.
I said you're good at your job, dude. You're good.
Hey, we on episode 13, kid. We had 12 practice runs before we got to you, so I better be good at it.
You guys both are.
Thank you. We tried.
Yeah, man. You know, it's really crazy to like how you're saying, like, oh yeah, it feels more natural now because again, it's like we've been at this for 2.5, 3 months now, so it's like it's just like becoming second nature, just how it would be with the training and everything else. It's all about the repetition. It's all about the reps. So I would definitely say it's been like a huge blessing to be able to get on here and do something like this, because not only does it, you know, put our story out there and our personality out there, it gives people a platform to, you know, talk about their story, give their ideologies, and, you know, really advertise what it is that they're doing. And on top of that, it boosts, you know, the big brand, MyHOUSE, because now it's like everyone's seeing this funky looking logo. They're like, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? And now everyone has the like Google Lens and the AI. So they're like, what is this? And then boom, MyHOUSE sports gear. Boom. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
So that it is what it is, man. But we can start wrapping up, man. Definitely we want you to, you know, plug yourself in, let the people know where to find you, let them know about the deets for this next big thing we got coming up in a few weeks here in Mass. Let's go. Floor is yours, my brother.
All right. First of all, thank you both for having me on. You guys are a fun team here, and it was good talking to you guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on. It's been a fun night.
Oh yeah. And then shout out to the team, all my teammates, my coaches, gearing me up for May 24th. Bantamweight strap on the line at Cage Titans 71. I'll be taking out Joe Penefio at the main event. And I appreciate all the supporters, man, and my family, my friends, loved ones, man. You guys are all letting me know that you're riding with me. I really, really appreciate it. So I'll be sure to give back with a big finish. And then shout out to all the sponsors, too. I'm just going to rattle them off real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So sponsors, U.S. Golden Pawn out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Smart Installs, also out of New Hampshire. Drake It Exhaust and Brake. That's the hometown, Drake It, Mass. Invisaware, they've been riding with me since day one of my first amateur fight. They're real ones. Blue Horizon Benefits. Gifted Peace LLC, which is a candle company, which is crazy. It's a candle company that was started by like some of my college wrestling teammates, like dove into that inside of Heisenberg and some candles in their basement. It's nuts. And then Patty's Ale House, also in Drake It, Mass. That's going to be the go-to spot to celebrate after this win. CG Electric, Classic Cars of Palm Beach down in Florida. You're down in Florida, brother. You need a classic car, any type of car for that matter. You hit them up. Face Off Fight Co. One of the biggest.
I start making some extra nuggets.
Face Off Fight Co. One of the biggest grappling gear companies in the region right now. And then last but not least, Northeast Custom Granite, based out of New Hampshire. I appreciate all of them. And then socials really quick. Socials. Find me on Instagram at Andrew Valdina, my full name. Facebook, I think my public page is Andrew Valdina too, Gladiator. And I got a Twitter. I don't really use it, but that's all.
Love it.
Yeah, bro. We're so pumped for you. We're pumped for you, bro.
Thank you guys.
Fights. I can't wait to watch.
Next
you know what too? I'll have for anybody that's gonna be watching this here. I got a stream that I'll be having on Fight Week. So if you find my socials at Andrew Valdina, it's gonna be in the link in my bio. So if anybody wants to tune in and watch an electric performance, just make sure you click that link and tune in.
Send it, bro. Send it. Yeah.
Oh.
Word. This was good. This was a beautiful episode. I'm really happy
Yeah,
you
it was
guys,
fun.
we're on here tonight, and this was really dope. So, with that being said, everyone, Edge to Champions Wrestling Podcast, episode 13 in the books. Serena, talk to him. What you got to say?
It was fun. Goodbye. On the spot there, I wasn't ready.
Oh, man.
See you all next week.
Yeah, right. Edge to Champions Wrestling Podcast brought to you by none other than MyHOUSE Sports Gear. And like that, wait, actually, we're going to go out on a good note with the joint.
Oh!
Yeah.
Like the pine trees
And like that, people, Edge to Champions Wrestling Podcast, episode 13, Gladiator SZN. We got the kid, Damani Burns, we got Serena in the chat, and just like that, we out of here.
I've got a name. I've got a name.